We're live. Here we are. So, welcome to Tuesday, 10 a.m., where I share with you for a few minutes some powerful content on purpose, vision, and goals. Last week we had an amazing article, and many of you requested it, and hopefully you're reading it and doing something about it. So, today we're going to continue the conversation of how purpose leads to vision, how vision leads to goal, and what's the one breakthrough that I can share with you today that might help you, right? So what do we need? Like why would somebody wake up and start doing something? You gotta have a purpose, right? You gotta have a vision, otherwise you won't be doing it. So you can just pretend, you can fake it all you want, but you gotta have that goal. So where's the purpose, where's the vision, how does it all line up? Like how do we move in this direction? How do we keep breaking these records? Because what I'm talking about is meant for those who want to achieve that next level of success, not just a little bit success, but next level. And what a crazy way to live, what a crazy way to actually keep chasing these dreams and these breakthroughs. For example, Richie, went on to do 4 times of his income. Lori went on to do 10 times their investment. Really became the number one in sales. So how do you keep breaking these records? Well, if you don't have a purpose, vision, and goals aligned, you will stay stuck and you will stay in this enigma of mediocre, I'd say. So if you want to start performing at your best, if you want to start waking up early, if you want to start reading and studying daily and working out, you're going to have goals, and you're going to have a vision and a purpose that aligns with what you're trying to do. I didn't know that for a long time. I just went on doing things like I was told, and because we have this program that has got us stuck. But now that I see how rich people think, now that I see how wealthy people do things, I do things differently. And Wallace Wallace, in the Science of Getting Rich, he said, "We don't." You see what exact words? Yeah, we don't do 2 things. We do things in a certain way. You don't get rich by doing things. You get rich by doing things in a certain way. So you might be even waking up early and you are trying to beat the alarm, but it's still not happening, right? So there has to be a reason. There has to be a goal. There has to be a vision. How does it all line up? Well, last week I shared quite a bit of content on that article. I'm not going to look it up today. I'm just going to give you the one breakthrough that has really made a big difference for me in studying some of this world class material in the New Lead the Field or Thinking into Results, Science of Getting Rich, some of the top notch material that's in the world, right? And there's also in my notes in my book on Thinking into Results, what I learned, right? Now, everybody's doing something, and everybody keeps asking, what are you doing? Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Everybody's asking, everybody's doing something. Does it really matter what everybody's doing? What matters is what are you doing? And so you have to think, right? What are you doing? What are you thinking? That's the better question. Because thinking is a higher mental faculty. When you think, you interrupt the pattern. If you don't stop and think, you're actually running on auto. And the subconscious mind is controlling everything. So you're running like a robot, you're running like a machine. And that's how it is. We do have a machine up here. So you want to think. And when you think, you connect with this other side of you that you can tap into. That's how we do it in this masterminding. That's how we do it from what's going on in here. So you really have to think. And when you think, there's higher mental faculties, lesson 5 in TIR. Learn about the imagination, reason, will, intuition, perception, and memory. It gets you to really decide what you want to do. So you can hear an argument and then you can think and you can reject it or accept it. Now, if you don't reject it, you're accepting it. But you're not aware of this. And honestly, that's what I'm doing nowadays. I just wake up and I just take time to think. I take time to do gratitude. I take time to study every day. I take time to figure out what is it that I really want to do. And I line them up in my $25,000 idea page. And I just take action on what comes down. So I'm going to go over one thing that really makes a big difference for you to align this purpose, vision, and goals for you today. Uh, I do have a one-page summary, so if you want it, reach out, but you have to book an appointment and say, hey, I really want that. We can get it to you. Uh, and you might want to watch this a few times because this number one idea, the number one breakthrough that has helped me do a lot of things um, over the last few years. And it took me 25 years to kind of get on this track. So, what is this number one idea? So I was studying Steve Jobs, some few geniuses that we're studying. And Steve Jobs said you cannot connect the dots forward. You can only connect them backwards. Hmm. So if you want to think at that higher level, how can we connect the dots? Like what do we do now to do next, to do next, to next? We can only connect them backwards. We cannot connect them forward. So I started thinking, started studying, started looking at what Bob Proctor did, Johnny Martini, all the elites, all the greats. And my favorite one is from here, actually, from Napoleon Hill, because he studied this for like a long time, I think 28 years or so, when he studied the laws of success. And he wrote a chapter in here, and he called this chapter auto-suggestion. He called it auto-suggestion. And what does auto-suggestion mean? Well, auto-suggestion is a suggestion from self to self. Let's see what page 80. Okay, in my book, in this hardcover, page 80. So auto-suggestion is very, very powerful. Once I started realizing how powerful that is, I started to really get on track. Because auto-suggestion, it says, is the medium for influencing the subconscious mind. So if we're running on auto and we want to change it, you want to change course, you have to start controlling. You have to start controlling your mind. And auto suggestion is the way to do it. You see, the subconscious mind is totally subjective. The intellectual mind is, you can think, you can pause, but the subconscious takes it. And we've been programmed from when we were little kids. Now it's being fed anyway. So what does that mean? So when you wake up in the morning and listen to the news, when you wake up in the morning and you're doing the thing, the way you do the waking up, the way you shower, the way you set yourself up, you're doing it on automatic. And that's why we have to build habits to change. You try to do better, but you don't do better. You try to make more phone calls, you try to be more productive, but you don't. Or if you do it for a day or two, then you fall right off because you have not habitually changed. You have to auto suggest to yourself what is that you want to do. You have to visualize that goal. You have to think of what you really want. And once you have that image, then you can do it. Like most people are wanting things instead of being things. And I know I'm saying some big words and maybe small words, but most people are in the wish and hope instead of in the be stage. This morning at 6 a.m., we discussed that, how you can be in the want for a long time, whereas you can be in the be. So you have to find this image, find this thing that you want. That is one of the goals that's going to lead to your purpose. So imagine your purpose as a very, very wide thing. You have a purpose in life to make humanity better, to have peace on earth, to have peace in your village, to grow a $10 million real estate fund. That's your purpose. Okay, well, let's say that's what it is. And then you're going to have a vision as to how you're going to do it. Vision is a kind of part of the strategy, part of the organized plan. And your goal is what you're doing today. But we need an image. Now, in the material that we study and the way the legends talk about it and the 6 steps, from Andrew Carnegie and, Bob Proctor says, put it on a goal card and repeat it again and again and again and again. And it's a simple idea to have your goal on a goal card, have your goal on a piece of paper, like I have it here today on this piece of paper. And I look at it and I read it every day. I look at it and read it every day. And I write it every day. We read it and we write it. We read it. Why are we reading it and writing it? So that we can impress this idea on the subconscious mind. You really have to have a clear idea. It's like when you're writing a letter to your friend of yours, right? Imagine you're writing, you don't send them the alphabets. You actually write the letter, actually write the words. And the subconscious mind needs to know that very, 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 very clearly. Very clearly. Now, you might be thinking, is it that easy? It is that easy, but we don't accept it. You see, we have pre-programmed conditioning that does not allow to accept certain things beyond what we know. And that's why you have to be open-minded. If you're closed-minded, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you're open-minded, you might get somewhere. Let me see here in the chat. So you have to be open-minded. If you're closed mind, nothing is going to happen. You got to be open-minded. So you only believe what you believe. How do you believe a new idea? How do you build the faith to get a new idea? You have to auto-suggest it. And that's why this auto-suggestion chapter in here is a very good chapter. I suggest, if you've never read it, pick up this chapter and read it every day. Read it every day for a month. Read it every day for 2 months. Read it every day with somebody. And then see how you will start believing in the idea. You will start believing in a whole different way of achievement. And everything I'm telling you could be tested. This is not just something I've read. I only teach what I know. See, there's a lot of books in the world, there's a lot of libraries full of books, but nobody knows them. But I only going to teach you what I know, because I could only give you what I have. There's something that you want, and I'm going to give you that awareness. You already have it. It's resident inside of you, it's just not coming out. So accept the idea that you can do more things and be better at what you're doing. And test it out. Pick something and start repeating it every day for the next 30 days. See, how could somebody, like, I'm going to mention his name, Bob Proctor, right? Put it on his website, tell me what you want, and help you get it. How could he say that on a website, on a banner? Well, the reason they could do that is because it just serves the laws of the universe. And if you just follow the laws of the universe, you will get it. But you have to follow the laws. Now, what are these laws? Well, you have to study the laws. It's not by hard work. It's not by manual labor. There's a lot of people working hard and doing manual labor. They're not getting anywhere. And then we keep talking about this conscious mind, subconscious mind. What the hell are we talking about? Well, you have to study. So it's a 3-way to do thing. You study, elite level mentorship, and accountability, and then your results will start changing. I really suggest auto-suggestion chapter in Think and Grow Rich. Really study that. Study that every day for the next 20 days, 30 days. And you test it out. You decide for yourself if it's going to change you or not. I can only tell you, I suggest what to do. You have to do it. And you're only going to do it if you have a real goal that's exciting to you. You might not have a real goal. You might have a fake goal. You might have a goal that you just want to feed yourself, and that's too boring. That's just a need. That's not even a goal. So if your goal is just to feed yourself, yeah, you can do that. You can work at McDonald's. You can go to the street, open your hand, and somebody will put a penny or two or $1 or $2. You can go to the soup kitchen. But you got to get a real goal. Then you're going to be motivated. You ever ask yourself that question? What are the things that you can do, that you are doing every day, that nobody has to ask you to do? You do them because you want to do them. You do them because you're in love with them, right? So by using these pictures, using the stickman figure, we start understanding the mind and how that works. And I got to tell you, if Richie can do it, you can do it. If Lori can do it, you can do it. If Trudy can do it, you can do it. So these are real people just like yourself. Read the auto-suggestion chapter for 30 days and change your life. Test the material out. See, I started very slow with this material because I didn't believe it. I did not do the work. I kind of pretended. So you cannot just kind of do the work. You got to really do the work. You got to plug in and apply yourself for 6 months. Like whatever it is that you're at, like apply yourself. Most people don't apply themselves. Most people have so much talent, they're not applying themselves. So when you start performing like this at a different level, you start having more money, more success, more everything. Anyways, that was the first breakthrough that I had, auto-suggestion. So hopefully that's it for today. There is a recording from before where I went deeper into the purpose, vision, and goal. So look for that from previous time, and hopefully this helped you today. And if not, listen to it again. Find somebody that maybe could use this information and share it with them.